Shady Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they laying up, hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin. I'm the POT alongside my tag team partner, Big E, aka Them Wrestling Boys. And we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's up, bro?
Brother, what's going on?
Hey, man. You know what it is, bro. It's that time. It's that time.
Yeah, it's Welcome to Wrasslin, episode 9.
Yes, sir.
Episode 9, yes, sir. Hey, we just gonna jump into it. It's a great time, great day to be a wrestling fan. We're in WrestleMania season. Had some pretty interesting things happen on SmackDown this week, and we already covered Raw on the last episode, so we let out a couple of days ago. So we're just gonna talk a few things about SmackDown, talk Elimination Chamber, and then we're going to give you a preview of an indie wrestling show that we're probably, 2 hours from being at?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're going to give you a preview of that, and shout out to them. We'll get to all of that in a little while. But, yeah, man, just a couple of things that happened. Jump to TNA real quick. Elias, a.k.a. Elijah, and the Cologne brothers debuted at Impact this week at TNA. So they all, of course, they go under different names, but it's been a while since you've seen Elias, and especially the Colognes. That's been a good time. So good to see them back on a little bit of mainstream. And
wait a minute, was it Elias or was it Ezekiel?
It was Elijah. Who wants to walk with Elijah? But yeah, it was with the beard. Yeah, it was Elias. Yeah.
I actually I liked Elias, and he's getting heat from the crowd and a lot of crowd participation.
Yeah.
And I felt like they probably could have did more with that, because he was hot, and I don't know, maybe his ring style wasn't up to par with. I mean, who knows, man? We not the bookers, but
not yet.
The crowd was hot for that guy, so I kind of felt like they dropped the ball with that one, man.
Yeah, and the gimmick was different with the guitar and everything. So
yeah,
but he's got a chance to be somewhere else and make it work.
Right.
So man, kudos to him, man. I hope it all works out for him. We didn't cover a couple of releases last week, and really only going to talk about one. The Good Brothers have been released again from WWE.
Yeah.
One thing about those guys that they do land on their feet. There's AEW. They've already been to Impact. They've ruled New Japan for years. So those guys, and they do things on their own. So them guys, they'll bounce back. But just I know the injury with Carl Anderson really set them back. So
with the machine gun,
right? Yeah. So. But shout out to them, man. They'll land somewhere and do big time and still make money. So, we'll keep them in thoughts. But SmackDown, man, we had the Rock came back. Rock came back, announced that WrestleMania 42 is going to be in New Orleans. It was like their third one, right?
Third one.
Yeah. They could have came to Atlanta with the Benz.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Nothing against New Orleans Superdome, and You know, they say that's a good city to host events. You know, they just had the Super Bowl, and they were saying how everything was right there in the French Quarter, and it was a good place for conventions and stuff. I get that,
Yeah.
but Atlanta was was WrestleMania 27, 14
Mhm.
years ago. And we have a brand new, well, it's not brand new no more, but state of the art retractable roof stadium.
Right. Right.
I don't, WWE comes here often, host events and hell Royal Rumbles and Survivor Series and all kinds of stuff here. So I
Yeah.
just don't, what's going on?
Right.
I don't, get nothing
Yeah.
against New Orleans. I'm just saying though, I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Our Mercedes-Benz stadium's way better than theirs. Hey, but
I wasn't even going there.
right. But The Rock came out. Yeah, dude. First of all, did you hear the remix when they had the Block Is Hot Lil Wayne put into his
Yeah,
music? I
yeah,
thought that was cool. He said it in the press conference. He was like, Kendrick Lamar is his boy, but he was like Lil Wayne is he was like that is New Orleans. So he,
yeah. That's the city.
yeah. So he was like, that's shout out to them. So, but the thing with Cody Rhodes, because he came out, he came out and did his little thing and then went right into heel mode, calling the crowd out and then he
Yeah,
called Cody Rhodes out and
he told Buddy he'll slap the STD off the syphilis off his face.
right. Yes, he did say that. But telling Cody Rhodes he wanted his soul.
That
You
was
know?
that was some Illuminati shit right there. I don't like
Yeah,
that was I took that different. I was like, that's deep. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You know,
yeah. It was different. It was definitely
yeah,
different.
yeah,
And you know how I am. I get excited. Oh, we're gonna get a heel turn. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
but we'll see what happens with that. He's gonna be in elimination chamber and waiting for an answer. So we'll just
right.
see where that story goes and what's gonna happen. Um, we will find out less than a week who he will be. Cody Rhodes will be facing in WrestleMania
Right.
because a week from less than a week is Sunday. So next Saturday, we will
Right.
get to see. We got elimination chamber. So let's jump off into that. We can talk about. We'll go ahead and talk about the tag match with Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
Yeah, of course it's gonna be in Toronto,
Right.
for his hometown, and they also doing it at it's no longer called the Sky Dome, but the host stadium of WrestleMania 6 and WrestleMania 18,
Mm-hmm.
respectfully. But Trish was in Royal Rumble. Um, it's not quite the WrestleMania match. Maybe it could lead into something.
Right.
So, but I thought it was interesting. So Charlotte gonna definitely play a factor in this match.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So not really. I see. I don't know about them going over. It just all depends on like how if there's a smudge or something happens.
Yeah,
Trish being it. Like I say, it's her hometown, so she's gonna get her stuff in, and Nia Jax will do her power moves, and they'll make Trish look. Tiffany look good. So I'm not really gonna make a call. I don't even see that even being a pinfall situation.
I was saying Charlotte, that's the X
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and move on for that and go to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Well, Seen it before
1,000 times.
1,000 times.
1,000 times. Back all the way back to early Ring of Honor.
Right.
You know, El
And
Generico, Kevin Steen.
and you gotta think they're Canadians, so boom, they gonna be a little juiced up,
Yeah,
put on the show in Toronto.
yeah,
Uh, so I mean, Sami Zayn, both of them guys are high on my list because they grind, but they perform inside, outside the ring. As far as they
right.
both great promos, both of them can have a great match with anybody, like
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah,
And it's non-sanctioned, so it's pretty much going to be a fight. Don't see a
yeah.
whole lot of wrestling moves per se.
Probably gonna
Uh,
see some blood. They probably
yeah,
get a little
it's
color,
it's going to
you
be a
know.
fight, and I'm sure it's going to lead to something else down the line.
Right, right. Well, if you had to pick on who wins and can, this match between them, unsanctioned match, as far as the story goes, who would you pick?
I'm picking KO because
Okay.
Sammy is always the one that comes back.
Yeah,
He's resilient. You know what I mean?
yeah. And plus,
You
Kevin
know,
Owens just took an ass whooping, so he's got to, you know,
right,
yeah,
right. He
yeah.
got to get that
So,
get back.
right, right. Well, then we got the women's chamber. We've got Liv Morgan. We've got Bianca Belair, Naomi, Bailey, Roxanne Perez, and Alexa Bliss. I don't have. I know the three that aren't going to win.
Right.
Okay, I know the three that aren't going to win, but I don't know who's going to win out of the other three.
So what's your three?
Liv, Alexa, and Bailey.
Okay. Yeah. I yeah, I agree with you. That one's real hard for me to call because now we know that Charlotte and Tiffany gonna have their thing.
Right,
So this is with Rhea.
right,
So it's like, well, she been doing the thing with Liv for a long time. So
right,
I don't know if they'll do that.
right.
I don't think so,
Do
right?
they trust Roxanne Perez? They don't. I don't think she gets the shot off the rip
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You know what I mean? But then
Naomi,
again, they running with that whole Royal Rumble record thing. But
yeah,
I still don't know if they'll just off the bat do that. I don't know.
yeah. I don't think they. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Um, the Bianca Belair and Naomi. I I don't buy the stuff about the Liv and them is the one that did that to Jade or whatever. I think
Yeah.
one of them and something's going to happen where it's going to be um maybe like a triple threat between them three or something like that.
Possible.
So I don't see that. I don't know about Bailey because are you going to put her right back in the picture and let her be the hero for a minute and take her back out and then throw her back in and take her back out?
Well, and you also got to think this factor, which I don't know, but let's think we're smart wrestling fans, right?
Yeah.
So
So we think.
are they gonna do face versus face? I mean,
Right.
Rhea's a face right now, even though she can be a heel. She's Rhea Ripley,
Right.
but
But not
she's still Rhea right now. She's like
right.
Stone Cold or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's like I don't know if because Bailey, she's not going back heel anytime soon. So
Right.
I mean, not that they don't have to do heel face, but
Right.
I don't. I mean, could that cancel her out as well? I don't know. To your point, and she just was in the main, you know, was getting her title shot last year WrestleMania.
Right.
I don't know. I
But
really
then
can't call this one.
right. And those are the ones we like. Those
Yeah,
are the matches that we look forward to that aren't just crystal clear about what's going to happen.
right,
And there's nothing better in wrestling than a surprise or something you weren't ready for.
right.
You know what I mean? So I can't call it either, man. Like I say, and it's a good thing. Those are the ones we like, those are the ones we look forward to. And whoever wins is a bonus for us because we get to
Right.
see, we get to be surprised about it. And then we'll be like, well, dang, I didn't see that coming, or well, I guess they really are gonna give her a shot. You know, we don't know. We'll find out Saturday.
Right.
And so then we're gonna have the men's elimination chamber, and this is who will face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. You got John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins. Not going to be Priest.
Right.
Okay. Not going to be Logan Paul.
Right.
Not going to be John Cena.
He's one of the favorites, bro.
I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening.
I don't either, but
I don't see it
he
happening.
is one of the favorites, bro.
But I want to tell you, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be like a Shawn Michaels thing to me.
Yeah.
You never really got to see John Cena heel, and he's not going to give you the whole heel thing, but it's going to be that getting real frustrated, trying to get to 17. It's going to be start getting mad, start acting a little different.
Well,
just like it.
but they can still do that.
Yeah.
Because he gets the main event per se and come up short.
Right.
He was last two in the Royal Rumble, came up short.
Right.
He keep coming up short. Which to your point, that could be the same in the chamber. Maybe he's one of the last two in the chamber, which that will probably happen. He might be the last one. Whoever wins might be in there with Cena. And he five knuckle shuffling and all this other stuff he do and he come up short. So it could go either way.
Yeah. Then you got CM Punk, which is here we are again at WrestleMania. So far he's healthy. You kind of want to say, when he's re-signed with the company, that was part of the deal. You kind of got to know that. I firmly believe that's what was said, and that's what when they talk. I know
you would think,
and he's not getting no younger or better. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's staying healthy, which is a good thing. But that's my pick only for that reason. Like, is he gonna get? And then is he gonna get a title run?
I don't know. See, now it's similar to the Cena situation. Even though we know this is Cena's swan song, but it's like, will they get or even a Randy Orton or somebody? You know what I mean? Which I didn't mean to put Randy Orton in this, but I'm just saying, like they're not getting. They've been champions. They've been now. Their job now is to put the other people over per se. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Get there, come up short. But I think it's Punk's time though. Like you said, he's not getting no younger. He was injured last year, but he should be rewarded with the feud that he had with Drew McIntyre.
And we haven't even mentioned him, but Drew McIntyre's in the chamber as well.
Right, but I don't think he's gonna win it either, though.
I don't either, because I don't see them throwing them right back in the championship match the very next year.
Right.
Right. So I think me and you on the same page that I'm thinking CM Punk. I'm kind of with you on of course we didn't say this out loud on the show, but in talking, I'm kind of with you about the Cena and Logan Paul at WrestleMania. So we'll see if they start up something during the chamber or what and go from there. But we will know who our main events are Saturday night. So that'll be good. And then they can start, showing us the rest of the card, because after this, it's right around the corner. We're about 5 weeks away.
Right.
5 weeks away. Absolutely. Absolutely.
About 6.
Well, 5.5. We're about 5 3 3/4 weeks away from WrestleMania.
Get it right. Shit.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we at Welcome to Wrasslin have decided that we wanted to do a different, when we get going here, do some indie wrestling segments and base it on the state of Georgia, ones that we can visit and go to. So, and we've been to tons of indie shows before, but it's been a long time. It's been a while since we've been to an indie show. And I mean to tell you, we've been to a couple, and this one right here was definitely something to talk about. It was, the promotion is called Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, AWE. And it's out on, if you're familiar with the Georgia area, if you're listening, it's out on Fulton Industrial. So they had we got there a little bit late. Got there, and Sal Renaro and Caleb Conley were wrestling each other when we got there. We missed the first match. And when we got there, it was a little different. They had an open bar, and everybody, every seat was a good seat. It wasn't like it was the what do they call it on the what's the town called on Hills? Duffy Dome.
Duffy Dome. Wow.
It wasn't the Duffy Dome. But got there, saw a few familiar faces. Saw independent guy we had seen work a long time ago, went by the name of Murder One, and he was actually in the first match that we missed.
Damn.
Yeah, so we actually saw him and chopped it up with him just for a brief second in the back, talked to him for a minute, and but just acknowledging that we seen him wrestle back in the day. And
shout out Scott Prater, Terry Floyd, awesome
right.
TC.
But definitely want to reach out to Murder One, get him on the podcast when we start doing our independent wrestling segments on here. Right. But it was a little different. This one was different. Like I said, we've been to some shows in our day, but this one was different. And a lot of hip hop going on. Had a lot of artists there. Actually, they had an album release party after the matches.
Right.
And a gentleman by the name of Call Me Vito was there. So yeah, man, let me give me your take on it. What you think?
Man, I tell you what, it was, first of all, like you said, it's been a while since we've been to an indie show, and it was definitely, didn't really know quite what to expect,
right?
And it was definitely I had a great time, man, because
absolutely
it was great. Like, it's a lot of wrestling community. It's a lot of different kinds of people that watch wrestling. I mean,
right.
You're talking about people watching, like it was like, in a bar scene of Star Wars or something, man. It's like there's all kinds of different types of people, man. And like you just sit back there watching, and little kids and old women, and it was, the crowd was like that the main event match was like a lumberjack match, man. It was like people, kids and folks.
Yeah, but it was a lumberjack match with the fans.
Yeah, that was crazy,
Yeah, man, because the fans just were on the apron, not on top of it, but hitting the apron, trying to get the face. The main event was Carly Bravo and what's the guy? We talked to the guy right afterwards. What was his name? Yeah, Carly Bravo and Shane Marks. And I'm gonna tell you the match was good. The match was
Yeah,
real good. They went at it. That Carly Bravo, that dude, hey man, he's a beast, dog. He
yeah.
was doing all the flips and all the kick ups and all that stuff. And but the dude Shane Marks, shout out to him, man. They showed out. I thought it was a real good match. They went at it.
Hard hitting
Um,
too. Like
yeah,
it was like
absolutely.
Buddy
And,
was Mark Henry and him out there.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I was very impressed, to
yeah,
say the least, of the work that was done in the ring. And like I say, AJ Francis, Top Dollar was there. He wrestled a guy named Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
yeah. He be a Scott Hall looking like big old tall dude that was like
Right.
put together. Like he was, almost like what's old boy in AEW, the
Big
one that was
Bill.
Big Cass. Yeah, Big
Yeah,
Bill.
Big
Yeah,
Bill.
yeah. He a big Bill looking mug.
Yeah, but he had a little weight on dude. He was pretty
Yeah,
athletic too.
yeah,
Yeah, but AJ Francis, man, they put on a good show, good big man match.
yeah.
Chopped it up with him afterwards as well. Both of them actually.
Yeah,
Everybody
that
was
was cool.
cool.
That was
Yeah.
cool. I
Um,
well, you gotta think when you talk about Big AJ, we see him on TV,
right,
the WWE treasure shows, and he riding the car Mick Foley and going to Kane house and trying to buy back the first mask, and just bunch of we've seen many episodes of him doing that kind of stuff. So that was cool. I'm sure his WWE career didn't quite pan out the way he
right,
would have liked, but like I said, we respect all the wrestlers, the workers, and he's still doing his thing in TNA and different indie promotions.
right,
But again, he was a cool dude. Like just, I always have respect for people when you have a good experience
right.
when you meet these people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I wasn't his biggest fan, but I will say now he gained a new fan. You get what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
You know,
Well,
like
I
straight
was
up.
I was more of a fan for the Hidden Treasure show.
Absolutely. Well, that's why I mentioned that.
Yeah, and then more than not saying that he was a bad worker because clearly he's not.
Right.
But I was more intrigued by that than what he was doing in the ring. But like tonight when he did that big splash and then flipped over the rope, land on his feet and
That was
everything.
dope. That was
Yeah,
dope.
that
That
was
was
tight.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he
all in
knew it
all,
too. He
yeah,
knew it too. Like
yeah,
he had
yeah.
me
He knew.
struck when he came
Yeah,
back around there when
yeah,
we like, yeah, y'all saw that, didn't y'all? Like, yeah.
yeah. So man, actually was a real good show. I was impressed. We will be going back. We want to have a couple of those guys on here. Um, and I can't say it enough, man. That Carly Bravo dude, he's something else, man. He got it. Big doing all the flips, all the tattoos, cock diesel.
Right.
He was doing it all, man. And
Had charisma.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm seeing why that was there, why he was in the main event. And that's their guy that holds all their belts and everything. So
He had all the belts, didn't he?
yeah, all in all,
Like the
man.
J Crown.
Yeah, right.
Ultimate Dragon.
He came out there like Ultimo Dragon. Yeah,
Like what you got those boxers be either WBC, the WBO, the IBF. God damn, how
right.
many world
He only
titles?
needs He only needs 14 more belts to be the unified,
Yeah.
undisputed.
Right.
But yeah,
Belt
man,
collector.
but it was the environment was cool. It wasn't no crazy stuff. Like I say, they had a little show at the little performance afterwards. Just call me Vito, and but they had about 40 people in the ring. They
Right.
was going crazy, but they got it all under control. They had a little thing where looked like somebody came in and hit him with the chair, and I'm
That
sure
was a
that was
trip. Cause
yeah,
I could tell if that was a shoot. Like
yeah,
that was scary for a minute, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah. But it was definitely a work because I was
yeah.
talking to the dude outside that was waiting. The dude that did it, they had a getaway car for him. So Oh,
Hey,
we might have to edit that out.
it was
You know what I'm saying?
Rikishi, wasn't it?
Right. I did it for The Rock. But yeah, man, shout out to Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, man. You can catch them on Facebook at hold on, let me pull their page up so I can make sure Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, AWE. And that's their Facebook name. They got another show coming up March the 9th, about 2 weeks. And yeah, man, y'all check them out, man. We definitely gonna stay in tune with them and hopefully have a couple of those guys on here and tell us their
Absolutely.
story and tell about everything. But just before we catch out for the night, that was definitely a different crowd, though. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a different crowd. They definitely have a fan base, and you can definitely tell that a lot of them people don't miss any shows.
Right.
And $20 to sit on the front row, that ain't bad. Some people do that every other week,
Hey,
every couple of weeks.
tell them about the little cool dude we met though.
Yeah, man. If you're familiar about with the old school Georgia Championship Wrestling and remember Jerry Blackwell, we met his nephew tonight. And man, yeah, he was really breaking down the indie scene for Georgia, and it was stuff that I never even heard of or never even thought about hearing about. And definitely some stuff that we'll be checking out here in the future. And shout out to him, Blake Blackwell, Jerry Blackwell's nephew. So that was real cool. And like I say, he was breaking down a lot of stuff for us and telling us some different things that was going on, some stuff that he was doing. So we'll definitely be checking him. And
He's one of those jack of all trade kind of guys. Uh, Trained as a worker, I refereed matches, managed,
right,
put the ring up, take it down. And dude was only 21 years old, and he been
right,
like wrestling is in his blood, and he was just real cool. And we walked right into how we met some of these guys, which
yeah,
we accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish at this
right,
show, the
right,
network and just make things happen. And but that was a pretty cool guy that we met, and it was we met him for a reason. You know what I mean?
right,
Kind of
right,
make you
right.
really appreciate, the other side of it, because we see the finished product, but here's a
Yeah,
guy who he's a jack of all trades, and he had different names that he said, when he's in
right.
character
Yeah,
managing, and my favorite one was Sugar Daddy. He said he had a cane, and he
right,
said when we walked in, he saw me with my cane. He was like, it reminded him of his Sugar Daddy character,
right.
and I just thought that was cool, man.
Yeah,
Tonight was cool. I'll never forget this experience. At first I didn't know what to expect, and
right.
it was some weird folk. It was some weird cats in there too. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
wrestling fans, we all weird, but
yeah,
I really
absolutely.
enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed
Absolutely. Yeah, man. The environment at a wrestling show is always gonna be weird. Because you're gonna
it.
see them twos and fews that they not going too many places, but they gonna be at the wrestling match though.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I had a great time. Really just, it's one of those things when it's the first time there, so you really just taking everything in. And
Right.
um I don't really think I knew how good the main event was until I got home and started thinking about it right before we started.
Yeah.
And a couple of the spots that they did, but all in all, man, the match was really, really good. That was a good match, and
You
both of
know,
them could really go.
I really enjoyed that first match that we saw, which was the
Absolutely,
second
that
match
was a
on the
good
card.
one. Good,
Because
good
that
storytelling.
heel, that heel, he was he was a good heel. Like
Yeah,
worked the crowd, was an asshole, and
yeah. His name was
and
Caleb Conley.
Caleb Conley. Shout out
Caleb
Caleb
Conley.
Conley.
Yeah, shout
He
out Caleb Conley.
Yeah, he was, and then his finisher was, I mean, like, dude has some good moves.
Right.
I was really watching. I was locked in. And that was cool. That was the first match we saw. Second match on the card. And I'm still
Yeah.
upset that we missed Murder One because
Yeah.
Like I said, we back in the Terry Floyd and Scott Prater days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we saw him. You know, so it was cool that that kind of came full circle,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we'll get to see him another time down the line.
Yeah. And hopefully we can connect up with him and get him on the show, man. Just let him tell his story and everything. So,
Right.
but first indie scene down, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. Yeah, man, definitely a go-to. I would check them out on Facebook, check one of these shows out, check them out on YouTube. And yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. We'll definitely be back. And one thing for sure, we'll definitely be back here on Welcome to Wrasslin next week when we talk about the main events at WrestleMania. We're going to start putting our WrestleMania cards together, and we'll get into our next deep dive as well before Mania gets here. So please like, comment, subscribe. If you have anything you want to ask us, any topics you want us to talk about, you would like to be on the show, hit us up at W2Wrasslin@gmail.com. That's W2Wrasslin@gmail.com. Hey, y'all, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. God bless everybody. It's Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.